200 years ago, the name of Valnir the Reaper was feared throughout the lands of Kislev, Norsca, and the Empire. In his region far to the cold north, it is said that none were a match for Valnir in battle. His strength of sinew and skill at arms were such that many considered him the equal of even the greatest warriors of the north. His tribe cheered his victories and watched him rise to become their undisputed leader and war chief. Yet Valnir himself felt no joy. He took no pride in conquest, nor did he revel in the luxuries that his empire of conquered lands could bestow. Why this was, none of the legends say, but all agree that Valnir was grim of visage and heavy of heart. It was said that if Valnir's misery were to flow as a river, it would drown the north in its bitter waters. Though ever burdened by despair, he was not apathetic. Instead, Valnir hated the world with rare fervor, determined to impose his misery upon all the lands of men. But no cruelty, no atrocity, no slaughter could ease his bitterness. His soul remained unfulfilled. Valnir's desperation grew. Preparing to raid an enemy village, he declared to his warriors that he no longer cared for the thrill of battle, the expansion of lands, nor the taking of slaves. All he wished was to show the world the truth of suffering as he felt it. Yet no torture or terror could mirror the futility within his heart. Amazed, his men watched as Valnir laid down his weapons, swearing not to fight again until he had found a way to hold a mirror to the world and show it despair's truth. Without another word, he left them. Northward, Valnir walked, guided by the flickering lights of the chaos wastes. He crossed the mountains and fjords of the Vargs, then the pack ice of the Kveligs and Oghols. On a wide plain that echoed with the baying of monstrous hounds, he strode without fear. Death held no terror for one who hated life. When the beasts came, great warhounds, 4 feet at the shoulder, dagger-like teeth and claws, Valnir struck them down one by one, never breaking stride. Though scarred and torn, he pressed on, his wounds swelling with infection, his spirit unbroken. Through icy peaks he fought blood eagles, vast winged beasts with the eyes and claws of cats. He survived avalanches, volcanoes, and illusions conjured by the wastes themselves. Still he marched into a land where the earth writhed with chaos. Volcanoes erupted from nothing, and voices whispered in his mind, urging surrender to the dark gods. But Valnir refused. He would kneel to none. At last, half mad and dying, Valnir came upon a vast rotting tree. On its branches grew 3-orbed fruit, slimy and crawling with maggots. Around its roots lay the corpses of beasts and men in every stage of decay. Overwhelmed by despair, Valnir fell to his knees. Here was the clarity he sought, despair pure and absolute. Slumping among the dead, he embraced defeat at last, yet instead of begging for death, Valnir prayed. He prayed to this fountain of misery for the right to spread its truth across the world. Nurgle, the crow god, the lord of pestilence, heard his prayer, and so Valnir was reborn as the Reaper, chosen to spread fear, disease, and despair in his god's name. Long was his service, and terrible was the suffering he wrought in Nurgle's name. When the great Chaos War came, Valnir answered the call. He fought at the siege of Prague and at the gates of Kislev. In that final cataclysmic battle, Valnir charged the Tsar of Kislev himself, but was mortally wounded. Yet indomitable, he staggered from the battlefield. His followers bore him home, where a great stone throne was built, from which he could watch over his lands. But Valnir did not die. His body rotted yet regenerated, his flesh withered yet endured. Neither living nor dead, he lingered, his vitality tied to the god who had chosen him. For 2 centuries he has sat upon that throne, his decayed form a symbol of Nurgle's favor. Among the northern tribes it is said that soon he will rise again, not dead, not alive, but immortal, an avatar of despair.